Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be explaining about the types of extrusion process. Let's first know what is extrusion process. So extrusion is a process used to create objects with a fixed cross-sectional profile by forcing material through a die. So this is extrusion process. So in this video, I have discussed detail about extrusion process. If you want to know more about what is extrusion process, then must watch this video. So what are the main types of extrusion process? So depending on application of heat, extrusion process are classified in two types. First one is hot extrusion process, second one is cold extrusion process, and depending on methods used, extrusion process is classified in two types. First one is forward extrusion or direct extrusion, and second one is backward extrusion or indirect extrusion. Let's now discuss them one by one in detail. First, depending on application of heat, two types of extrusion can be found: hot extrusion and cold extrusion. So what is hot extrusion? So hot extrusion is like hot working of metals. Hot extrusion is done at an elevated temperature. The temperature must be below melting point and above recrystallization temperature of that material. So raw material is heated between this temperature range and extrusion process is done. This process is called hot extrusion process. And what is cold extrusion process? So cold extrusion process is done at room temperature or near at room temperature, or if we want to heat the metal, then the temperature must be below recrystallization temperature of that material. So cold extrusion is like cold working of metals. So after heating below recrystallization temperature or at room temperature, extrusion process is done. This extrusion process is called cold extrusion process. So in next slide, we will see the types depending on methods used. First one is forward extrusion and second one is backward extrusion. So what is forward extrusion? Forward extrusion is also known as direct extrusion process. Is a manufacturing process in which a metal billet of material is forced through a die to create a product with a desired cross-sectional shape. So this is the figure of forward or direct extrusion process. This is cylinder. This cylinder is open at both sides, this side and this side. This opening is smaller than this side's opening. Here we provide one die. Die has a profile, which profile will be created on the workpiece. This is workpiece or product. This is ram and this is heated or non-heated metal billet. When we apply force on the ram presses the metal billet and from the die opening final product comes out. This is forward extrusion process. If you want to know more about forward extrusion process, then must watch this video. Now what is backward extrusion process? So backward extrusion process is also known as indirect extrusion process, is a metal forming process similar to direct extrusion but with a key difference in the movement of the die relative to the billet. In indirect extrusion or in backward extrusion, the die is held stationary while the billet is forced against the die, causing the material to flow backward through the die opening. So this is and this also are the figure of backward extrusion or indirect extrusion process. So this is cylinder. This cylinder is opened at one side. This is ram. This ram is different from forward extrusion. This ram is hollow ram. And this is die. This is heated or non-heated metal billet. When we apply force on the ram applies force on the heated metal billet and the metal billet comes out through the die opening and through the opening of the ram, and we get the final product. And this is also the figure of backward extrusion process. This is cylinder. This is also opened at one side. This is ram and this is die. This is heated metal billet. When we apply force on the ram presses the metal billet and metal billet comes through the circumference of the die and we get a hollow product. In this backward extrusion process, we get a solid product, and in this we get a hollow product. So why this is called forward extrusion and why this is called backward extrusion? When we apply force on the ram, the metal billet goes through on the direction of the ram and the product comes out to this side. So we are forcing the ram from left to right, and the movement of the metal billet is in the same direction and the product goes through same direction. So movement of the all components are in same direction, that is in forward direction. That's why this is called forward extrusion. And in case of backward extrusion, we are forcing the ram through rightward, that is from left to right, but the movement of the metal billet is from right to left, that was opposite to each other. That's why it is called backward extrusion process. So there are two types of extrusion process depending on the method used, forward and backward. But there is one type more, that is tube extrusion process. This tube extrusion process can be done in forward extrusion process as well as in backward extrusion process. So what is tube extrusion process? I have discussed detail about tube extrusion process in this video. You can watch this video to know more detail about tube extrusion process. So what is tube extrusion process? This process is an extension of direct and indirect extrusion processes. So tube extrusion process is nothing but both the forward and backward extrusion process, where additional mandrel is needed to restrict flow of metal for production of seamless tubes. So in tube extrusion process, we create tube type or hollow type product. So this is forward extrusion process and this is backward extrusion process. This is cylinder opened at both sides. This is ram, this is die, this is metal billet. Here one element can be found extra, this element, this is mandrel. This is circular in cross section. When we press the ram, the mandrel goes with the ram and create a hollow product like this. This is in forward extrusion process. In backward extrusion process, how can we create the hollow or tube type product? This is cylinder we have seen earlier. So this is ram. When we apply force on the ram presses the metal billet and metal billet comes out through the circumference of the die and we get tube type product. So this is tube extrusion process. Mainly aluminum based toothpaste and medicated tubes are produced using this process. So this is tube extrusion process. So in this video I have discussed about the types of extrusion process: hot extrusion process, cold extrusion process, forward extrusion process, backward extrusion process, and combination of forward and backward extrusion process is the tube extrusion process. Hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching this video. For more updates, subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon.